Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, January 16th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value the gift of responsibility. So as of this moment, we are still building to our Sun-Mars opposition. I'll tell you, I felt it today in so many ways. So if you listen to this when it first comes out, you may be feeling the intensity of it. Now let me be fair and say that while we will be through the peak of it for Thursday, we're still going to be in some of the intensity, right? Like it's still going to be pulling. We're still going to have that Mars action. And the intensity card did show up in my card. So just be aware of that energy. Now, besides that, we have some inconjuncts, and inconjuncts are uncomfortable. They're part of what makes up yods. And while we do not have any yods today, we do have some inconjuncts. I say that, I'm like, oh wait, do we? We do. We do. I just saw one that I didn't see. Fast-moving yod, but okay, we do have a yod today. Different players. Some different players. Still focused on the moon. But let's start off with these inconjuncts that we're opening up our day with. We're opening up our day with Sun and Moon in an inconjunct. That's actually part of the yod, one of the yods that I was looking at. And with Mercury, Jupiter in an inconjunct. And this just means we're like, how are we going to work together? Now, Leo with Capricorn is interesting because Leo wants to have fun, it wants to be happy-go-lucky, it just wants to play, and Capricorn's like, there's work to be done. And so sometimes these energies, if you're not aligning with that, can feel, Joe just came in a minute ago, and I was like, shoot, go away, I have to record. He's like, you're not done yet? And I was like, I've been a slug today. The Leo, like, I just want to enjoy myself versus like the heaviness of the Capricorn put me in slug mode, and I have been moving very slow. So I'm recording this much later than I usually do. Anyway, this energy is how we're like waking up. And so you may feel like you have two parts of yourself, you know, wanting to go in different directions. Fortunately, this energy will move along. The moon is moving along rather swiftly. So hopefully you won't get stuck in that. But the other inconjunct also kind of feels a little like this. We have Jupiter in Gemini holding one side, whereas Mercury in Capricorn is the other. And I think it's the same kind of thing that like Jupiter in Gemini, even though it's retrograde, it's like, come along, let's do the things. And Mercury in Capricorn's like, have you paid attention to this? Are you looking at this? You should do this. Top of the cards, we have the shoulds. And so we're kind of just waking up with feeling the responsibility of Capricorn. Now, the energy mantra is a reminder that you can take responsibility and turn it into responsibility. You can respond. You can respond as a slug. You can respond as a chimpanzee. You can respond as a gazelle. What is your response? What is your aligned response? What is that soul response? That's part of the energy. Now, the other piece of the energy that I'm looking at in this is the yod. So we have two players here. We have the North Node in Pisces plus Neptune in Pisces, inconjunct Moon in Leo, and then we have the Sun in Capricorn, like I said, inconjunct Leo. So this is a reminder to lean into your soul. This is a reminder to meditate to help shape your day. Meditate to shape. Meditate to support how your day is going to unfold. Now again, the good news is this is all happening in the early morning. And in fact, still part of the early morning, the moon moves out of Leo and into Virgo. So hopefully you get a little bit of that love dynamic in there with the yod focused on the moon in Leo, which is reminding, bring your heart, bring your heart, bring your heart. Now moon into Virgo kind of doubles down on the earth energy, but bring the love with you and remind yourself that Virgo helps increase your focus. What are you focusing on? Now, with the North Node in Pisces, hopefully we're giving a little focus to the daydream. Hopefully we're giving a little focus to the magic. Hopefully we're giving a little focus to the good things and not just what we see is going wrong, what's not working out, anything that we can be critically minded. After that, the day kind of like gets a little quiet, not so many transits going on, which kind of feels like a relief. But we are building to a Sun-Neptune connection early on Friday morning. So be aware of that. Like the fog may be rolling in, some confusion, cloudiness may roll in with this energy. And again, it's a reminder that there's information for us beyond what we're looking at, beyond what we see. And it's important to take that time to connect in. It's important to connect into our sixth sense, so to speak, our intuition, and not just what we're seeing, not just what we're hearing. So that is a reminder for those energies. So like I said, still got the intensity working us. We got a little bit of the shouldy energy. But besides that, again, Spirit's like, can you find that harmony between your heart and your mind? And setting up your meditative space in the morning to help align that will help. Now, I do have two interesting cards with this. I have the traveling card, so it's a reminder, what are you carrying around with you? And this might be a reminder of like what you're carrying around in your energetic field, because as I'm saying that, I'm like, oh, I need to clear myself. I am feeling something sluggish in my field, sluggish beyond myself. So put down what you're carrying, take a little moment, check in with yourself, harmonize with yourself, harmonize with how you're feeling you want to align your day. I also have the Thunderbolt card. Now, it is in reverse, but you might have some old stuff like coming up that you have to look at, or you just might be feeling a little bit like this. This is kind of like the Sun-Mars energy. There's a little bit of this. You might be facing some of the blah that's going on in the world right now. So take the time to sit with it, feel your way through it, but again, reharmonize. And if you're carrying it with you, put it down and see where your best self, your favorite self, your heart is being called to the responsibility. I pulled a lovely Rumi card, Let Love Transform. So there it is, supporting this agenda. The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls, the dry land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. This oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You've blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way. How much delight there is from all those that walk this way of love, of life, to find another precious companion in the midst. You are welcomed into this world where love finds a way. There's nothing impossible for love. It is not bound by the mind, and because of this, all manner of miracles, or all manners of miraculous grace, works through it in endless creative variety. The great beloved is a show-off, creating with such genius as to be breathtaking. Were we able to remain always in the heart, we would be constantly breathless, in a fit of appreciation and awe so great, truly there would not even be a slither of emptiness through which fear could enter. So I'm going to just skip all this because it's just more of that, but I really love the sacred honoring ritual. Open your arms to heavens and imagine sacred bounty pouring down, more than you can hold. This is love's gift of plenty to you. Imagine whatever it is you want. Love, abundance, peace, passion, healing, purpose. Let it all descend into your body and soul, just like that. And then when you are ready, place your hands on your heart and say, I am love's own. I am seated with my brother Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, upon the love seat in the sacred garden of the divine, or upon the love seat of this in the sacred garden of the divine creator. Here we go. I am blessed to fulfill my destiny, to become divinity awakened and embodied, to receive all of life with wings of angels at my back, so I may rise with my sacred animal feet to dance with sacred delight upon this earth. Then place your hands in prayer and bow your head, and you have finished the sacred honoring ritual. So while I was reading that, I was thinking about, some of you might know this, but others not. I have changed, like, the end, you know, where I say the better it gets and there's more than enough for you, and remember who you are. Remember who you are came in when the nodes moved into Aries Libra. Before that, it was stay curious, as we had the North Node in Gemini. And so I think it's time to shift the ending. And I would love if any of you have an opinion, because what I'm thinking right now is, remember to, I don't necessarily want to say work as hard in the invisible as you do the visible, but remember your divinity. Remember you are, you know, a spirit in a body. Remember your soul. But I would love to hear if any of you have an opinion what we can change it to. For now, I'm going to stay. Remember who you are, because I think part of remembering who we are is remembering our divine selves. And that's part of North Node in Pisces. But I would love to hear from you if you have anything to say. I also want to say I am going to do a giveaway still. I just have felt overwhelmed. And it's hard to give something away when feeling overwhelmed. So when I am feeling ready, I promise you I will do that giveaway, but just not quite yet, because I'm still working at slug speed. And it is what it is. So you can still book a reading with me, though. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are. You are the solution. Namaste.